Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio. I welcome in my co-host, as always, the beanied one, Gerard Barrera.
Oh, hey, what's up, nerds? How's it going? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. Wonk, wonk.
Lord.
What's going on, guys?
I feel like the whole head movement was just like all of a sudden you like saw moth
I was thinking.
or
I
a
was
fly
no.
or
I was really
something.
thinking I was going to do The Rock, but then I lost confidence and I just didn't do it. I was going to do his whole thing, but no.
I mean, if you're gonna be The Rock, you gotta ooze
sell
confidence,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Ooze
And-
it.
Totally lost it. Sorry.
And that is the babyface one, Theo Wolski.
Hell yeah! What's going on, guys?
And lastly, the Lion's Mane, Jason Baladio.
Best for last.
How's the couch
it
potato?
going, guys? How's it going today?
Potato.
I'm calling you the
A
couch
couch.
potato from now on.
One day I'm gonna
Potato.
put like a little emoji or something like that on my couch, but you
No,
know,
I'm gonna like because I'm working on drawing stuff now. I'm gonna draw your head as potato and just put a beard on it. You're just Mr. Potato Head with a massive, beautiful beard.
I would want to see. I would want that. That's a T-shirt.
Lord.
That no joke. That's a T-shirt. Crashing Game Night T-shirt. Lions
designing
Mane
it.
edition.
Yes.
Start designing the
That's
Lion's Mane
That
t-shirt.
is awesome. Lions Mane
Oh my
edition,
God.
dude.
So
How awesome would that be? With glasses and the glorious.
maybe
beard.
make a hoodie style. Hoodie style.
we can do it on
Oh, even
hoodies.
with the
We can do it
zip
on
up
t-shirts.
ones.
Uh,
Oh my
Works as a
God.
mask
You know?
too. Yes.
That would be funny.
Stay safe out there.
So how's everyone doing?
Man, really living that COVID life now.
Oh, you feeling it?
Bro,
Oh
Feeling it?
man,
What'd you do today?
are you feeling it though?
I'm getting cabin fever, man.
Oh,
okay.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
I
I don't know.
went from-
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on page with Jerry here. Past couple days is just like, dude, I need some takeout. I need some actual food rather than me cooking all the time. I need something that
You want to sit
is
down?
from a better cook. So I
Get
suck
all
at cooking,
dressed
man.
up.
I need a better cook.
Nah, man. What you gotta do is you gotta start up Norseman because the season 3 just came out. Yo,
he's
I'm
plugging.
ready.
He's plugging.
I
a
am
TV
ready for
show.
that. I'm
What are
ready
you
for that
plugging?
one.
What is Norseman?
Norseman?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you
Explain
need to
this.
watch that on Netflix.
Never heard of it.
Oh, please just watch it. All the listeners out there, if you aren't watching it, you need to watch that one right away. Hilarious.
I'm ashamed.
Hilarious.
I'm not ashamed to say because I love
Lion's
Disney.
Mane approved.
But I fell
Lion's
into
Mane
a
sponsor.
deep dark hole of restarting Once Upon a Time.
Wait,
but that's a good show.
restarted Once Upon a Time?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it's I really
Just as
love
long
the
as
show.
you skip the final season. As long as you skip the final season, it's fine.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Just like
Oh,
Game
yeah.
of Thrones, skip the final
Yeah,
season.
just skip it. You're not missing much.
So
I mean, I'm on the same page with you guys. I restarted this season. I started Scorpion. I actually got my dad into Scorpion. My
Scorpion's a
dad,
good
who
show, though.
absolutely hates practically everything I watch besides Transformers, is into Scorpion.
That's awesome. That's a good show.
Nice.
I love that.
That is a cool
Very
show.
nice. So, Jason, how's lockdown life now with the Costco minute?
That is not happening, sir.
It's
It
not.
is. It is
It's
just
not happening?
just as packed. It is just as packed as always been.
Oh.
You know, it's okay though.
Really?
I still get out of there before open hours and stuff. So a little stressful still, but you know.
Well, at least you're getting out before it opens.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm getting
Right.
out like as it opens. Like they open and I'm leaving at the same time. Kind
So
of.
But you
have
leave the
to-
back door, though,
No,
right?
you have to
No,
cross the
back
picket
door.
line.
I have to-
You're crossing the line, dude.
Sir.
Or are they like
Line.
you're getting off, so you go open the doors so that way you can leave?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know if he wants to open the doors because then he's the Walmart greeter that always gets run over at
Yeah.
Black
No,
Friday.
Welcome to
no,
Costco.
man.
I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Dude, one of the best things though is that
Dude,
it's always the
We're
same
almost there. We're almost
4 or 5
there.
questions. 4 or 5 questions, and I have those on lock. Those questions on lock.
What is
Good
it?
Lord.
Oh, you know,
What-
like the standard. Oh,
Where's the hand sanitizer?
Yes, that is one of them.
Do you have toilet paper?
Yep, that is another one.
Hey,
You have
hey,
Clorox
hey, man.
wipes?
Hey, what
Clorox
about them handy wipes?
Number 3.
Where-
That is
the moist wipes? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
Yeah.
It's all in all though. It's still good. You know, just stressful,
Yeah.
but I'm actually able to get out of the house for a little bit. You know,
Hmm.
even though it's just the work, but still a little something.
You get a little human interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Just you
That's-
wait, just a few months. You'll get to see our pretty faces nice
Yeah.
and live.
Oh,
2 months.
in 2 months we're gonna have the challenge again for the
The
Monopoly
Monopoly
belt.
challenge.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we're doing 4-player though this
Oh,
time.
it's okay.
Yep.
I still hold the belt, so like you know,
I'll take it home with me.
just
That's
right,
okay.
right.
I was gonna say, Matt's played like I've heard stories of Matt playing with his dad, so I'm
Yeah, I've
sure
heard
he's
too.
learned a thing or two.
My dad
Is
is
like-
ruthless.
Do you
And-
No,
do you
especially since your wife has said like horror stories playing
Yeah.
with your dad.
But do you even remember playing Settlers with this guy? He was ruthless.
Oh
He
my
was
god,
ruthless.
no,
Yeah.
dude,
Ah.
If you
always
were-
with that thief.
Oh my god.
Always with that.
Oh,
thief.
yeah.
I don't know how you rolled that 7 all the time.
Oh yeah. So annoying. So annoying.
But I don't know.
So
Like Matt has some
Yeah.
good plays, you know, on
He
the
does have
Monopoly.
good plays, and that's exactly
know,
why
that's
a lot
why
of
it's-
times people have to
good.
gang up on him in order to beat his butt before he
Eh.
can get started.
I don't know about that, but I mean, like Jerry just has these like greedy, like I want like everything. Like, give me all your houses, give me all your money. I'll give you
Hey,
Baltic
man,
Avenue, and I'm
hey,
like,
you were in that position.
outta
I'm
here.
sorry if I tried to
I
take
was
a
never
little
in
bit
that
of advantage.
position. I was never in that position. Who has the
You were
belt
in
right
that
now,
position
Jerry?
a little bit.
Some of
Who
the-
has the belt? Who has the belt,
Jerry-
Jerry?
don't worry.
All right,
It's
you're right.
it's going home with me.
You won. You won.
For our listeners
going
out
home
there,
with me.
we will have this recorded.
So
Okay.
annoying.
We'll have this recorded.
Oh my god.
So let's
I
talk
hate
about
that
some
you
news.
won.
Let's talk about some news.
Alrighty.
Let's-
Love
we don't
it.
need to get
Once.
Jerry worked up any more than he already is. It's
Monopoly.
so first and foremost, let's talk about one little tidbit in the movie side. Second trailer for Bill and Ted's.
Yay, we got some movie news finally.
Finally.
Please.
Well, that well,
that
if you wanna
COVID
talk
life
about-
is getting boring.
Well, you want to talk about COVID life?
Oh, I need me some
Did you
movies.
see that Tenet may release overseas before it releases in the U.S.?
yeah,
Not surprising.
not surprising.
Not surprising.
Mm-hmm. Like we always say, guys, wear your mask. If you wear your mask, we don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Did you
Yeah.
did
Good
you guys
job.
get that notification on Facebook saying that California finally will barely surpass New York by the last couple days, but now New York is higher, but
Mm.
we caught up to the point where we passed
Yeah, but
them for a
you're-
couple days.
But here's the thing, though: it was only the cases, though. The deaths didn't raise, though.
It was
five,
well,
yes.
it was cases, yes, that's true.
Mhm.
Jerry, high five.
High five.
We're number
Yay,
one.
High
for
five.
We're number
because
one.
So
we got most of the Karens in the world are right here in
That's also not surprising.
Cali.
Southern Cali.
It sucks.
There,
It
there's a
really
Karen
sucks.
at your place, but it's not Pierre.
No. Oh, so
Oh.
funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so cute because you're so funny. No.
You're welcome.
so
That was a good one though.
So yeah, so let's talk gaming since
All right.
there's not much in the movie side right now. EA did announce that NHL 21 is not going to get a PS5 or Series X version when those consoles launch. They've decided to focus more on adding features to the series instead of the fidelity. Unlike FIFA and Madden, they're money makers who are actually going to get next gen console versions
And
when they
that will
launch.
actually sell.
Interesting.
Yeah, the NHL is a niche game. It only fits that one piece. Just like honestly, MLB The Show, it's just one section, you know.
Kind
Yeah.
of sad that like
But I
baseball
feel that,
is
like,
kinda
don't they just,
that
like-
niche game? No.
But don't they just repurpose it and then just slap the updated roster and
EA, yes, they
like
do.
sprite
I'm
it up a
waiting-
little bit.
I am waiting for Madden
They
just
spruce it up by giving like the game one or two different features, like in
Well,
Madden, like a hit stick or like a
Madden
boost or
is
something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Madden is removing the Washington Redskins logo from the game
Oh,
Well, they're
and
changing
all
their-
references. Now they did say though that there's no way for them to 100% get it all removed by launch date because there's so many lines of crowd chants and announcers and everything they got to go through and
Yeah.
remove it and replace it with AI.
So I'm sure those are going to be.
But they're going to be called
patches
they're going to be patches, day one patch and whatnot on it.
Yeah.
So, I applaud, yeah, they did that. They did that
Do you
from
know
the
what
beginning.
do you know what they're changing the
Yes.
mascot to?
They're going to be the Washington Football Club. Now,
so in other words, they couldn't come up with anything yet.
now
They
here's the thing,
seriously
though,
couldn't
is
come up with
what this, what this,
they don't have any
it
animals in
sounds
DC.
like-
What?
what it sounds like is it's soccer because you
Yeah,
have all
I
those
was about
clubs
to
that
say.
have
The
FC after it.
football club.
Footies, yeah.
Yeah,
The football club. The Washington Football Club.
yeah.
The
So
footy.
I guess they're
Wow.
playing soccer. at
Washington
FedEx Field.
Footies.
I can. You know what? I see it. I can see the merchandising. It's just boring.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
It probably has, like-
They're-
Washington
Probably has like the
Football
old
Club.
leather helmets type of thing.
WFC.
the helmets are just going to have the player numbers on them. That's it.
Oh, that's so sad. Like
At least still the same
Washington
colors.
has monuments. Give them the Washington monuments. Something.
What?
What do you
That's
know?
not better. That is not better.
I don't know. Anything's better than
Honestly,
nothing, man.
that's true. That's very true. Now,
They're going in with nothing. Washington Football Club. I don't ever want to watch a game with that team. It's
it's the
already half
Redskins.
boring with that name.
yeah,
No, thank
that's
you.
true.
That's
Yeah, so hopefully their fans can live with this for a year.
oh god.
So let's move on to Ubisoft, who have been under a lot of scrutiny as of late, with a lot of their executives stepping down because of abuse allegations,
Mhm.
both in power and harassment and everything. So that extends into their marketing department, as it has now come out, and that their marketing department believed that games would not sell with a female lead. So the teams behind Valhalla and Odyssey pretty much went to marketing with their idea for the games, and marketing flat out said, nope, you have to have a male protagonist because just a female-only protagonist is not going to sell.
Mhm.
There's plenty enough games out there with female leads. Aloy, from Horizon. We've got Ellie in Last of Us. Oh, well, heck, Ellie and Abby from Last
How about
of
the
Us.
first Tomb Raider?
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
That surpasses
Lara Croft.
generations. Lara Croft. Yeah.
So as a result of kind of this culture that's kind of built up in the marketing department, but also across Ubisoft, it has now come out. The head of Ubi has now come out and said that, hey, going forward, part of your review to get a good review, you have to promote a positive, inclusive culture. I think that's in the right direction, but really, did you have to get to this point to really start making a change in your culture of your company? I love The Division. Yes, I haven't played it in a while just because it's hard to keep up. I mean, they've been making so many changes to that it's great changes, but I don't have the time to invest in that. But that being said, I hope that none of this culture impacted Julian Garrity's team and Ubisoft Massive and whatnot, because they've done a great job. And this is not on the devs either. The devs have done a fantastic job with trying to promote things like trying to pitch Cassandra as the character, the only character for Assassin's Creed, which would have been huge. You would have had a female assassin essentially for the first time in the franchise. But no, marketing had said
they didn't.
Second
yeah.
time, but
No, not
Who's
even the second time.
Because he had Liberty.
Oh, that's
And
true. Yeah,
Liberty.
Liberation. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
But I'm talking- yeah.
also the one in Korea and London. So like there were always the choice, but this
But,
would
yeah.
have been the first
been
one where
as
the
a
primary
main-
character
Primary character.
Yeah.
Yep.
that you only would be able to play
So-
as.
I hope these changes do work, because things like this, hearing that, it's things that make me not really want to support a company. If you're going to be saying, hey, we can't have all female, protagonist, or, well, that'd be like if they came at Naughty Dog and went to them and said, hey, we want to have a gay character, we have a transgender character, and that Naughty Dog was like, oh, hell no, we can't have that. That's, we gotta be supporting of, Black
we
Lives
gotta
Matter.
evolve, man.
All
We
of
gotta
it. Yeah.
act.
Because
It started with like even Metroid with Samus Aran,
Mhm.
way back.
dude, there was so much backlash on
Way
Nintendo
back.
when it
Yeah.
was revealed that Samus Aran was actually female.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
I
a sudden
remember that.
now, like how many years later,
Yeah.
now it's like one of the most like iconic like female.
Samus Aran is, to that point,
Yeah.
she's one of the most iconic female characters in all of gaming.
Yeah, like
You know who
you
Samus
can't
is.
if you say, oh yeah, like female gaming, you think of Lara Croft, you think of Samus, and then you think of Princess Peach. Like those are the
Mhm.
top three, and it's just like they evolve. I mean, and there's also different ways that you can use like female protagonists. I mean, yes, it might be sexist. Yes, it might be like a little bit not in the way that we want it to go, but I mean, even still, like they can do a lot of things that the male protagonist can, even better, because they're always like being like pushed down. So it brings a lot better stories, or like
Absolutely.
dude, they're coming up. Like I mean, Last of Us 2,
Honestly,
holy hell! Like I'm
I
still
think we've
waiting
been
to play,
heading
but
in the right direction. In the last couple of years, we still have a lot to catch up on. But I think we're heading in the right direction. I think this incident obviously made us take a step back.
I think to Jason's point, like I could not imagine Horizon Zero Dawn with anyone but Aloy
No.
because of that story.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Especially with her background in being an outcast and everything.
Speaking of games and leads and changing things up, let's talk a little FF7 R2. Now I know Jerry and Theo haven't finished it.
I'm going to finish the game.
I mean, if you guys
Yes, I
didn't
am.
finish,
I'm going
if
to
you guys
finish it.
if you guys don't finish it, I'm not going to hold it against you, because I mean, honestly, I think Jason and I have pretty much
it's
covered
like
it for
Game of
everybody.
Thrones. It's
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones.
I'm
Just
still
get
going to
up
finish the
about
game. I have to finish the game.
get to 95%.
It's one of my favorite
of it,
games.
Just forget
It's
it.
just it's one of my favorite games. It's just I've once again, too many games have been coming out, and a lot of them have been open world where it's been taking all of my time. So
they're just better games. But there was an interview with
I'm going to get back to it. I will.
with Famitsu magazine over the week that Nomura gave, and he said, we are aware of the voices saying that we want to continue ASAP. We would like to get it out ASAP, but we are also keeping an eye on quality for the next one, because we want players to enjoy something that's even higher quality than the current one. We ask that you wait a little longer, even though we are trying to release the game as quickly as we can. He also added that when the next entry is announced, he thinks Square Enix will be better to able to convey its plans for the future. Now, he also in the same interview said that this is going to be a new story. So for those that have finished FF7 Remake, I mean, Jason and I have kind of harped on this, is they changed the ending on it. They changed a lot of what FF7 really is, and we have no idea what it is. And they said, hey, this is a new story, and this is now considered to be the 5th in the whole FF7 universe. So you've got FF7, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, and before Crisis, FF7.
See, from what you guys told me, that when they changed the ending from the first game, because I haven't finished it, I will. But from when the moment you told me that, the moment I knew they were going to alter the rest of the story. Now we're probably going to get some key moments from the original, but probably told a different way for
Definitely.
the rest of the game.
You know what?
That's my prediction for the story.
Yeah,
It wouldn't surprise me if Aerith doesn't die.
No, I would be surprised, like, super if she doesn't die. I would,
Yeah.
like, it is so pivotal for the rest of the story that she
Yeah.
does. Like, I'm sorry, fanboys out there. It is so pivotal. Like, that's what makes.
But it was also pivotal that Zach didn't survive, and Zach
That
survived.
too.
You know, it was
That too.
pivotal that you waited until Niflheim to actually really understand the big bad that is Sephiroth. But oh wait, no, we're fighting him in the first game.
Yeah.
You know, and he's attempting to, and he killed Barrett.
That is definitely fan service, and there's a lot of stuff with the like whole timeline that they're messing around with.
I was talking to Soldier First Class about this, and he's ticked.
Yeah.
He's like, this is total Kingdom Hearts BS.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like, I still want to just chat with that guy. Like, he's got some interesting things to talk about as well. But I mean, it's not the same game. It's not the same. The childhood is like dead and gone at the Final Fantasy remake. And
it is.
now
Jason, let me put it this way.
It.
It's so bad that he now is covering other games for his YouTube channel.
No.
Wow.
Ghost of Tsushima and everything.
Soldier.
And he is singing the praises of Persona 5.
Dang.
Oh wow.
Atlas, man. Atlas is my boys. Like, I will buy every Atlas game.
Yeah, and speaking of Atlas, they pretty much made up most of the Nintendo Mini Direct the other day.
Oh yeah.
Boys.
That's not surprising.
But it's all, again, I hate to say it, it's all ports for the most part.
Yeah.
Hey, we're bringing another port to the system. Now, you know, we talk about Nintendo's quality and stuff as of late and becoming shovelware. Last week we talked about a not safe for work game that got pulled from the eShop. Well, there's another one.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this one is called Waifu Uncovered. And the premise of the game as pitched by the dev company is it's a shoot 'em up that involves undressing 8 beautiful maidens who are under threat from alien attack. And you use ships to blast away the infested clothing, and you have the potential to unlock a convenient one-finger mode.
Wow.
Oh my god.
They did not hold anything back.
Finger mode. Oh my god.
I don't know, man. This one might be worse.
How did this get past Nintendo's quality seal?
Yo.
And just, I mean, I guess this is what happens when Kirk Scott's no longer at Nintendo handling the indies, because this is ridiculous. This is two in the course of a week and a half.
Come on, like as clouded as that was with the whole childlike like parts of the video game, clearly you understand the the innuendo of that whole description. Like, how did it get through, really?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like you can really self-publish like you could with PlayStation and Xbox. It is, you have to go through Nintendo. So are they just rubber stamping stuff just to get the library built up?
Maybe.
I mean, and if that's the case, man, dude, Nintendo, go back. Like, your quality, your seal of quality meant something.
Not even that. It's just like you were the family console.
Not anymore. To Jason's point, it grew up with us.
It grew up with us, man.
I saw this and I was like, it was that facepalm moment. It's like Nintendo. It's like, it's like, why, guys? So it's already been removed in Japan. Go figure.
Right.
Hasn't been removed from the US eShop yet.
No way. You shut your mouth.
According to everything I saw, it hadn't been removed as of last week, or end of last week, beginning of this week.
Man.
But Nintendo, please just stop. Just stop.
Get yourself together. Get yourself together, Nintendo.
Right?
No, you are in the lead.
Nintendo,
keep the lead.
Well, I mean, they're the lead this year, but they're still not in the lead over the consoles right now. It's still
But I mean, like,
PlayStation,
just keep the lead right
But-
now. Like, don't.
right? They had such an opportunity to release some good games this year before PlayStation and Xbox started firing on all cylinders, and I think they've missed that opportunity now.
I think also it's the COVID thing. You know, it's throwing everybody's like timeline out of whack. No.
Yeah, I think so. Now
Definitely.
talking about Xbox, they had their showcase today, which Jerry and I did watch together. We did do a react video for it that is up on YouTube. There was some really good highlights.
It was honestly rewatching it. It was okay.
Yeah, and I think going back, I think when we watched it live in the moment. Okay, so our video was straight in the moment as we're watching it all come out. So to preface that, we did at the time think that it was kind of a little on par with what Sony did, or a little bit better, just because the pacing was better. It wasn't like Sony's where it had the
presentation
and the
itself
drop
was much
and then
better
the
than
backup.
Yeah.
You know, overall, it was just a clean pace, so to speak. You weren't having the lows like you did with the Sony presentation. Now, that being said, you go back and you watch some of it, there's some concern there. Now, granted, there's some franchises that are making a comeback finally. So they started off with Halo Infinite, which honestly, it's Halo. They're getting back
Halo.
to
looks amazing. It's
they're getting back
their
to
bread
their
and
roots.
butter. It looks great.
Now, the funny thing though, Jerry, is you and I were talking about the detail on the guns and everything like that. People have been throwing up screenshots of Halo for the 360 when Bungie was in control, detail-wise, versus the gun detail for 343, and it is night and day that Bungie did a better job.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't doubt that. I mean,
but I
look
mean,
at
like,
Destiny.
is that what you want to
Destiny is a
push
beautiful
forward
game.
though? Like, that's not a good thing at all. Like,
no, and it's not. And like some of the gameplay, I mean, they showed off a lot of the different guns. They showed the new gauntlet, the grappling gauntlet, which I made the comment kind of felt like it ripped off Metroid Prime, where for the Wii, when they brought out, what was it, 2? And you actually had the little grapple beam where you ripped people's shields away from stuff. It kind of felt like that. Felt kind of like
a Bionic Commando kind of thing.
Honestly, kind of like when we played Assassin's Creed at E3, and they had the little
Syndicate.
grapple gauntlet.
Syndicate.
Yeah, Syndicate. It felt a little bit like that. Now, that being said, though, it gets back to the roots of Halo, though. It really does. It is one that looks like it'd be a lot of fun. You know, you get to see the Warhog in action and whatnot, but we'll see what happens. I mean, 343's got a lot of pressure on him because 4 was okay. Guardians was terrible except the multiplayer. So they've got a lot to live up for. And according to some of the stuff I saw after the broadcast, this is going to be the last mainline Halo for a while. That this is going to more be when they say Halo Infinite, they're going to have stories that are going to come out as DLC that'll add on to it, but not be a national mainland. So
I think this is the end of the Master Chief story.
I think it's going to move towards that whole Halo as a service.
No way.
Kind of like what Destiny's doing,
Halo.
where Destiny's going to that whole model where they're not going to do another Destiny 3. They're just going to add on stories and stuff to Destiny. I think that's what Halo's going for, is that they're going to have that expansion. Now they also showed off Psychonauts 2, which that was kind of entertaining, watching Jack Black record the song for the trailer.
While wearing a Brutal Legend t-shirt.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And his Brutal Legends, man.
And his Tenacious D partner was there with him. You know, they showed a little glimpse of like a camera showing the room, and here's his partner down in the corner just hanging out. So that looked trippy. We got a Fable teaser at the end, and they're just calling it Fable. Now, that being said, it was the typical Fable trailer that we were used to on the Xbox, where they make a joke about Fable characters and something happens to them. Well, in this case, it was a fairy getting eaten by a frog at the very end.
It was funny.
They showed more.
I feel like the Fable franchise got ruined for me with 360. Completely because of the freaking
number three, right?
Yeah, with the freaking POV and riding a cart and crap like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was so stupid. Like, why would you
Yep.
need to feel this way?
So they also did go over more of Hellblade 2. You did have an announcement that Ori is getting a 120 frame per second enhanced edition. That'll be smart delivery when the Series X
That should
launches.
be easy. That should be,
Yeah.
And then you also did get Forza 8, which that one looks pretty.
Forza,
it's Forza.
Forza.
It's turn 10. They know what they're doing, and they crank out Forza games better than Polyphony does with the Gran Turismo games.
Yeah. Which I'm
now,
sad to say, but it is true.
It is true. I mean, Polyphony, it's like once a decade. Okay, cool. It's the new Gran Turismo. Hey, we're ready to go.
Yeah, no joke.
Which, speaking of,
or they come out with a, what was it, a like those Prelude or the
A-Spec.
What were they called?
Yeah, it was. It was GTA spec and all that.
Oh God.
Speaking of Forza, or not Forza, but Gran Turismo Sport just got a Call of Duty sized upgrade or update file the other day. 54 gig update file.
Jesus.
So now here's
ridiculous.
Here's one of the things that they were kind of driving at, is that all the games that were shown off today are going to launch on Game Pass the same day they launched for purchase. So regardless, you're going to be able to play the games, whether you want to try it out on Game Pass or you actually want to buy the game. But I think that, granted, to Jason's point, he drives at the whole exclusives. Wait, exclusives.
The what?
So here's the thing is, I'm not sure, Jared. I mean, I'm pretty sure you caught this, but they were the back half of the presentation was all console launch exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
So they are getting some exclusives. But
so you lying to me, Xbox?
They're timed. They're not going to be strictly Xbox only. Now, here's the other thing. I think
so they just get it first.
Yeah, they get it first. It's like when they got Tomb Raider.
With the Game Pass or day of, I guess.
Now, the one thing I saw too is people were grabbing screenshots of Halo. I mean, beyond just the guns, and man, we missed a lot, Jerry. Or not say that we missed a lot. We missed a lot by saying, hey, the game looks really pretty, and not really paying attention to some of the details in the game, because, man, they're bad. They're like brute force original Xbox bad in some cases.
Oh, like negatively? Oh, really?
Like, there's some negative around it. So,
oh wow, I actually thought it looked pretty good, but
so
maybe we missed a lot then.
Unless they filmed it on a Xbox One, and that's the downgrade.
They were able to find one.
Okay, here's the funny thing. I was going to bring this up to you guys. So we talked about how last week that they're going to stop producing the Xbox One S or all digital and the Xbox One X. So which the funny thing is, you can't buy them. You can't even buy the S right now. They are sold out everywhere. So here's the funny thing is that they're ending the production on those, right? Stores don't have them to buy. So when it all comes back up for the holidays, you're going to be forced to go with the cheapo Xbox One S, which has the processing power of a PS3, or you're going to have to go with the Xbox Series X, which one of the things I had for talking about is like next month in August, they're supposed to reveal the Xbox Series S, right? So we're going to finally see Project Lockhart. So you're only going to have these minimal choices. So I guess, in a...
Got him.
There you go. I mean, you're going to force the upgrades. Which is kind of funny. I was like looking at that. I was trying to find.
It's pretty
one.
sneaky though.
I knew it.
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
I was
There's
trying
the answer.
I was trying to find one just somewhere just to buy, just to see what they were going for. You can't find them. You can't. And if you can, like on Amazon, they're like price hiked, like the Switches and everything like that. So
price hiked.
Now, it was also confirmed this week with an article over at IGN and confirmed by Microsoft that 12-month Xbox Live Gold plans are no longer being sold. You can only buy 3-month and 1 month. So the theory is that they're going to phase out Xbox Live Gold, and everything's going to be Game Pass.
Damn.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because they
it's
have
gonna be for a
the
long time.
bronze, silver, gold, and platinum game
knows?
passes,
Cheers.
right?
Who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
that
you have Game
like
Pass. You have Game Pass.
that was
you have
in
Game
the
Pass
announcement
Ultimate.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have
So
tiers
speaking
for
of
the Game Pass.
And speaking of Game Pass, Phil Spencer, in an interview over the last week, did say that the Game Pass will not come to PlayStation, which, I mean, that's a given. They have PlayStation now, and it's not going to come to Switch. Because in Phil's eyes, he says, in places where we have brought a full Xbox experience, like what we're doing now on mobile phones with Project xCloud coming to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and what we've done with PC, we know when somebody is playing one of our Xbox games, there's an expectation that they've got their Xbox Live community. They have their achievements. Game Pass is an option. The first party library is completely there. The other competitive platforms really aren't interested in having a full Xbox experience on their hardware. But for us, we want to be where gamers want to be, and that's the path that we're on. Hey,
That makes sense.
I get it, but hey,
To a certain point, I mean,
to a certain point, but that's Microsoft, though. I mean, they're one of the big dogs. They're gonna. They put their line in the sand, and they're gonna do what they want to do. Just like Sony, but
but Sony will do it better.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I want to say
True.
to Phil though, hey, gamers want to be on PlayStation right now.
Gamers want to be able to play games. That's why they're called gamers. And if I can't play a game on a system that I can't get a hold of, I don't know if I can go to that system and be loyal to it anymore. Like, come on, Xbox.
Anymore. What do you mean anymore?
I've never jumped on because from right when we had HD drives that you had to pay $300 for.
I
was like, yo, dude,
Jason,
is dying.
You have to remember, I called it. I'm telling you, the whole external like DVD player, the hard drive for that stupid system,
dead.
HD movies. I knew Blu-ray was gonna win.
Just
yeah.
Like Xbox, I don't know how you keep to me, honestly, yes, Xbox has a lot better online play. It's a lot smoother. But that's it. Like I'm not a shooter, so I really don't care. Like it does make sense.
Speaking of Xbox, the cover art for what the games will look like came out.
Is that the
Hey Jason,
yeah.
It's uniform all across the banner.
It is.
Granted, we can't see the side.
Can't see the side. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know on the side, bro.
But if you notice, they're gonna have that big green badge on them.
But I find that interesting that it says Xbox Series X and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So does that mean the copies will provide both?
So what it's going to be is it's going to be you're buying the Xbox One version.
Xbox One.
And
you
when
get the
you
free
upgrade, yes, via smart delivery.
Okay.
But I think what detracts me from all of this is that you're going to have that green badge on them that says optimized for Series X. Otherwise, a beautiful, like if you look at this, right, for Far Cry, right, that would have been a great picture.
Yeah. My eyes go straight to the green badge.
It really does.
Rather than like the background
all
with
the vibrant colors.
My eyes go straight to those goddamn eyebrows, man.
Or anything like, and I feel
Which
like
ones?
even throwing in the 4K Ultra HD HDR smart delivery in the top right corner, like that's
so
overdoing it too. That should be like in the back near the barcode type of stuff. Like,
Matt, do they have what the Series X boxes are going to look like?
No, this is the box. This is what you're getting.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Series X or what it is these games when they come out,
they're going to be
you're going to be able to
uniform,
because that's the whole point is that
until they phase out Xbox One.
Okay.
Until they phase out Xbox One.
Yeah.
So we're going to
technically
that kid's eyebrows.
If I get a Series X and I want to upgrade,
you'll be buying this game. You'll be buying this game, the Xbox
Yeah.
One version,
Yeah.
And getting smart delivery for the upgrade.
to get the smart
That's what I'm
delivery.
trying to clarify. So for the smart delivery, I buy this one for the Series X, Xbox One, but it's the Xbox One version, and then
pretty much.
I finally get my Series X.
Yep.
So that
Now,
means
did they send
you're
me
buying
the physical game.
No.
No.
So you're going to be
digital,
You got a
sir.
digital upgrade.
It's digital.
No, so what it'll be is it's going to be a patch, right? They'll patch it for like a 10 gig patch or whatever that'll drop in all the upscaling stuff to make it optimized. So you're still able to buy physical, Jerry. Don't worry.
So in other words,
But
still,
you play
yes, it's
physical.
being delivered to you as digital. You are not getting a Series X
what it means by
physical copy.
No, yeah. So what it is it's going to be a singular copy that can be played on a Series X or an Xbox One.
I get on both, and it's a patch for the
and it's a patch
Series
to
X,
get the Series X.
which really
Jerry,
isn't the full. You know what? All the listeners, just get a PlayStation. Or you know what? Even a Switch Lite.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't want to knock on anybody that loves Xbox, because there are good franchises over there for them, and they enjoy those games. And I think
enjoy them.
And I think
get
honestly,
a PlayStation.
If you can get an Xbox, get an Xbox. But I don't know if
but
you
I think
can
it's
now.
time. I was looking at one of the co-hosts of Gamertag Radio, which
What's
is
smart about that. It's just so stupid.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I was listening to Paris from Gamertag Radio, right? And he put out a video on Twitter, and he's like, dude, it's just time to just end all this negativity, right? It's like, if you love Sony, you love Sony. If you love Xbox, you love Xbox. If you love Switch, you love Switch. But don't dumpster fire somebody for liking Halo or Forza or whatever.
It's just
whatever
the
games
company
they have
itself
over on Xbox.
Needs to figure out what they want to do.
So I did see, and what's funny is I saw
or
a video,
make it a smoother transition or something.
Yeah, and I get it, but I think to me is like, okay, so you're going to bring out a next gen console, and you're going to be 2 to 3 years out before you have a game built specifically for that
next gen game. Like, yeah.
So, and I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was saying that, well, it's like PC, right? They have certain settings in the game for higher res computers and lower res computers and stuff like that. It's like, and that's what they're doing with this. It's like, but to me, it's like, if I'm going to be buying a $500 console and upgrading my experience, I want stuff that's built specifically for it instead of built for
Jason,
3 different machines.
I'm with you, bro. I'm your number 2, bro. I'm your general. This is ridiculous.
No, I get it.
My God, I get it. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something more than just a patch, or like, I don't know.
I don't know.
At least Sony's coming out with the 2 actual physical different versions if you want to buy them, and you can still get the upgrade.
I mean, I commend Microsoft for this type of approach, and I would foresee that is very in the interest for the gamer from a budget standpoint for the gamer, rather than really like putting somebody between a rock and a hard place and trying to make a decision on, do I upgrade right this minute before everything sells out, or I have to be on a wait list or anything like that. I think it's a fair approach. I think it's worth something to try, and Microsoft is trying it first. Somebody's got to try it first. Yeah, I think Microsoft is willing to take the chance, company, and it should be fair.
Yeah, I just think we're in the process of seeing this company literally roll the dice on a big move. And so like right now we're waiting to see what's happening with that big move. Because it's different.
And I think though Microsoft is also moving, I think, to Project xCloud and Game Pass, and moving to that service side versus the hardware side.
I agree.
You can leverage
I
the Azure
think they're
cloud
going to be
system.
the first to try and go full digital within the next couple of years.
But back to like Matt's example with talking with his buddy about the PC stuff, like with games being set for a certain type of specs and everything. This could be a step into like dipping your toe into the water by doing that, since they're doing the Xbox One and having a patch to upgrade the specs for that game to meet what kind of hardware people have. Like PC games don't do that right now. They do just a pure minimum. It stays that way. You can upgrade your stuff and it's still going to play. It's going to play beautifully or whatever. It's still going to play the same on a lesser computer versus the same computer, whatever. And if that's going to be to where like, oh, that's why PS5 and Xbox Series X have these high specs right now. Those specs can stay the same longer as games catch up to it.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
So and for the process for games to be released to match up to that, as well as rather than leaving games down in the dust for minimum requirements so you can get the best out of them, maybe they're trying to see like, oh, maybe there's a process that we could improve these games in order as the technology goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I will say this, after today, though, I did say on the video and talking to Jerry is that, you know, what they showed today, though, with some of their new IPs that are coming, even with Halo and Forza and all that, is that
they had some original IPs. They really did.
They really did.
And it's cool that they're putting some of their, you know, some of their.
They did have a knockoff Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
something different, yeah.
But
well, I mean, they had their kiddie games, but they really did have some original ideas that looked pretty good.
And you know, it's one of those things that maybe, you know, a little bit later on, I might pick up one to have fleshed everything out. But that being said, though, I was talking to a buddy of mine and another friend of mine that is more on the PlayStation side. But I think that honestly, PlayStation coming out with all PS5 exclusives, right? You can only play it on the console. I think something like that could potentially put Microsoft behind the 8 ball, that Microsoft or Sony's been cranking out their normal first party stuff, Ratchet, Uncharted, Horizon, you know, let's just keep going down the list, right? They've been cranking these games out for 2 years.
Right.
These companies know the hardware, and you're going to be still having to program games that'll run on a 1.74 teraflop Xbox One S or an Xbox One X. You know, you're having to make sure that the games are coded so they'll play. And then at year 2, maybe year 3, it's like, okay, cool, now we're going to have exclusives. Dude, you should be having stuff ready to go. I'm sorry. I get it. It's a bold move, and I think it's very gamer friendly. But
I totally agree, because I mean, like, if you're essentially going into this release with at least probably both hands tied behind your back, you should be outputting quantity, since you're not going to be getting out that quality. And Xbox is doing neither. They're limiting themselves with quality, and they're not outputting quantity. So, I mean, I wouldn't understand if they came out with Jason's point. There's no exclusive. So where's my quantity?
I mean, at least like 3 or 4 exclusive games coming out day of. You know, something to give, just something for people to get. You know, and implement, and you know, and still put all that into the Game Pass, but have something there.
And to Jason's point, right? He said this weeks ago, was that, hey, I can wait 2 years to get one.
And everyone will.
Yeah, and you absolutely can. They said
I can wait.
To where you can wait.
I can totally wait. I do want to play Halo, but I can save up and wait.
You won't be able to. Well, I mean, you will, but you'll be able to if you can find a console to play it on.
Well, in 2 years, it'll be okay.
Yeah, but I mean, waiting for the 2 years. I'll wait the 2 years.
It's okay. So this is where I'm like.
I mean, I'm sure you won't have to wait the 2 years, because I would imagine as soon as Series X comes out, the eBay market for Xbox One will go up. So you'll have plenty of choices to go through.
Yeah, but I think honestly, the other thing was though, quite a few of the games that they were showing off though it said Xbox One X, and it had Xbox Series X on it, you know, for releasing like Halo, right? But then there were some games like Forza that only said Xbox Series X and PC on it. So
So Gamer Pass.
Part of the games they even showed today aren't even going to be ready for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
we're talking a couple
that
years.
happens all the time. That happens all the time.
No, that's true. It does happen all the
Mhm.
time, But I mean, they're shooting so far ahead that they're not even worried about right now, and that's what's going to be the downfall.
I think that's why they're rolling the dice on this move. This is a big move. This is going to make or break, I think, their year.
Yeah,
for
this will
consumers
definitely
to really they're really putting their stock that the gamers are going to go get this console, and some will, but you're not showing a lot of motivation to want it.
Oh, definitely. There will be the Xbox loyalists. That are just going to pick it up. Like all of us, most of us, right away, within reason, pick up the new PlayStation. This is where, like, with the next gen, and this is going based off previous generations. Okay, we always had terrible launch titles. Every time, because
I don't think
for the most part,
terrible.
For the most part, we've had terrible launch titles. PS4 was mediocre at best. It wasn't
all of
bad.
them. Everyone except for, honestly, Nintendo, because I don't know why.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Holy hell. But even still, Breath of the Wild, if you have that comparison, was the same. It was literally the same.
Actually, because it was that one game. Everyone had to have that one game, but it was the one game.
And that was the funny thing. It's like with Breath of the Wild.
Get to your point faster.
I know, like everyone jumps in.
Sorry.
So my point being is that, yes, we always have bad launch titles because we've always had new technology. Here we have new technology again, yes, but it's not so far different from the technology we have now. It's just stronger stuff. Mm-hmm. It is stronger processors, stronger etc. So if we know since we know what the capabilities are, like they already are going to be, they should be a high standard already. And this is why, in my point of view, in my opinion, PlayStation is going to have a lot. They just going straight for the exclusive titles because this is the best that it's ever going to be. Like from the previous generation of like technology to now, this is the best. This is the smallest gap jump, technically.
So I actually have to completely disagree with that specific point, that it is a difference in technology, that all it is a stronger CPUs and GPUs. I completely disagree because of what Unreal Engine has been able to release with the amount of technology they have increased with, regardless of specs. But since it's a matter of programming, that technology is far beyond what we have right now.
No, I'm just saying, like, so I'm saying from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 was a CD to DVD.
Okay, he's talking jump from generation to generation, right? From
CD to DVD,
1,
DVD to Blu-ray. And then PlayStation 3, the Blu-ray jump, it wasn't super big, but it was still enough from 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be another 4 to 5 small jump, but the technology, the power is a lot different. Like the PlayStation 4 had like the best-ish launch titles because they went from Blu-ray to Blu-ray. They didn't have to go from CD to DVD.
No, but they did have to go from cell processor to a standard CPU, so it was easier to code for. Now, speaking of PlayStation, we got two little pieces. Is that Insomniac tweeted out this week a picture of Miles Morales saying, "Swing through the city like never before on PS5 with an optional 4K 60 frames per second performance mode." If you're bringing it out for PS5, why are we doing an optional? Why isn't it just standard?
I don't have a 4K TV.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
People who don't have 4K.
Yeah.
Then if you don't have 4K, then why are you getting a PS5? Just stay on PS4.
As I said, I'm not getting it right away, bro.
I mean, even PS4 Pro has 4K.
Yeah.
I know. But you don't have to use it just 4K.
But those are the people that need to have the latest and greatest thing, but don't have enough to buy that new TV.
As he's sitting there talking to three of us that have 4K monitor. No, you guys don't have 4K.
I don't have 4K.
Yes, I do.
I have 4K. I have 4K.
Did you guys go 4K? Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, see, I am waiting for Black Friday. It's my day. It's my day.
Now, speaking of Black Friday and things that sell out fast, so Ghost of Tsushima has sold out of all physical copies in Japan.
Physical copies alive.
That's insane.
Just they're alive.
Now let's look at the numbers, guys.
I'm gonna say the caveat is the numbers.
Yeah, I got the numbers. Here we go. So
that's true.
So it has outpaced other Western developed PlayStation titles. So Ghost of Tsushima has had 212,915 copies that have sold.
212,000.
Last of Us Part 2 is 178,696.
That's
physical, right?
Physical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Spider-Man 132,000, Uncharted 424,000, Days Gone 114,000, Horizon Zero Dawn was only 109,000, and God of War was only 50,000.
So now I asked for a little more detail on their number on whether or not those physicals were primarily deluxe and up or standard. So I would think that would be a huge standard difference if it was
physical,
primarily deluxe more. Because I think that would skew the numbers just a little bit. Because they brought out some great stuff for the deluxe editions and above for their physicals. It looks gorgeous.
Dude, Japan gets all the good stuff. So does Europe.
They do.
I mean, they make it.
That's true. But hats off to Sucker Punch. You know, the last
it's a great release.
PlayStation 4 exclusive going into the new generation. Exclusive. But I think that's the thing is watching
exclusive.
Today. And
I just have now with Jason always saying exclusive. Now I just have another T-shirt idea of a carrot on a stick that just says exclusive and hung in front of his face.
Exclusive.
Let's start working on it. But no, here's the thing: is though you look at these studios that Microsoft brought in, and they, to build up Xbox studios versus the PlayStation studios. It's night and day. And I know Obsidian makes great RPGs, and Fallout New Vegas is one of them. But honestly, does that compare to Naughty Dog? Does that compare to Sony Santa Monica? Bend. A lot of these big studios that they have in the Sony stockpile that are cranking out great games consistently. I mean, Sony's had 20 years to build this up. Mm-hmm. Microsoft is trying to do it in a year, 2 years. So,
and based on all the franchises that Sony has, compare them to what Microsoft has, which is Halo, Gears of War. I would say
Forza,
yeah. Fable.
Fable's kind of like it's a niche and it has its own fan base. I wouldn't say it's a competitor for like an Uncharted.
Well, no, it can't compete. But to Jason's point though, Fable has a huge fan base.
Yeah.
I was excited when I saw Fable because I had a lot of fun.
Killer Instinct, there's a lot of fighting games that are way more popular on the Xbox than it is.
But those became like really retro loved games. I don't know.
The new KI is huge.
It got way better because the online play, like I said earlier, is way better on Xbox.
Mm-hmm. That depends. I mean,
when
you're playing Modern Warfare with some cross-platform people, it's not as stable.
It's probably because we're the ones that aren't stable. Like Microsoft takes up a lot of juice when it's connected to the Wi-Fi or wired.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like they really do have a better online service.
You realize that's because they use people's consoles as mini servers.
This is hotspots.
Use them as like hotspots.
Yeah.
So they use it for little hosting hotspots. So I mean, they do, but that's because they're also using the power of the consoles, which are then eating up more bandwidth on your network and whatnot.
But the one thing that I do agree with Jason, that it was distinct when I had an Xbox, online was easy.
Oh
yeah,
like it was strong. It was,
but
yeah.
I think that's more of how they like
architected it,
how they executed it. Yeah. The way that like the PSN community is executed is really finicky, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I just feel like it's because it's coming from.
And with
the
Xbox,
background.
it's really seamless because you can do it side by side with things all the time. You're not always just like, oh, let me go back to main menu, join a party, go back, all this other stuff.
I mean, even like a lot of people say like the Avatar program is pointless on that.
But I love the Avatar program. I love
but that was another good way to communicate quickly, because you had the gestures like really quick, like send someone a gesture, kind of like an emoji. Or something like, I totally agree that they had.
I spent a lot of money buying stuff for my Avatar.
Me too. I actually really liked getting costumes for my Avatar. That was fun, and I get that. And
getting yourself a lightsaber.
The PSN network is like really behind on a lot of that, I think too. So I agree.
Yeah. So that being said, Jason, how's your rating going?
I dropped the static that I was in. I had
to.
Yeah.
Why?
Clarify.
Why did you have to?
Long story short, I got recruited by another one.
Oh, he's a hot commodity, ladies and gents.
Long story short.
Sniped.
Oh, dude, you a straight up mercenary, dog. How much they paying you? You got poached? How much? What were the terms?
What was the terms?
Yeah, man.
This long story
more
short,
regular rates.
But so I am starting with them again. I think next Tuesday. So it'll be next Tuesday when I go in with them.
So what else have you been playing?
Been playing Hue. That game is fun.
Dude.
Yo.
We've been saying this for how long now?
Let me have my soapbox.
It's just really Epic Games for making it free so people can freaking play this game.
Yo,
Epic so amazing.
Games. Epic Games, shout out to you guys. You guys had another game out today. And I was like, oh man, let me get that game. Yeah, they got another game out today.
Yeah, what was their game?
Let me see. I just downloaded it too. Next Up Hero. That's what it's called.
So, I mean, Jason, you're playing.
We can't see that.
It doesn't show up. Damn it.
Nope.
No screen on screen.
No. There we go.
Oh, there we go. No, like I
barely see it. There we go.
It's very original. You know, it's very different than what needs to be.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. You know, it's just like a braid, or it's just like a.
And honestly, it plays better on the Vita than it does the Switch.
Well, I mean, I'm playing it.
Oh, for stick position, I would easily see that happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I'm having it's a little finicky on the mouse and keyboard.
So get it on the PlayStation, so you can get some trophies for it.
They say you should use it. They advise getting a controller. So I was like, yeah, it's okay.
It's like it's not. I think it's like what, $10 if that on
PlayStation. No, you don't want to be like me and play controller on PC?
Oh, how dare you, sir? I'm just kidding. No, I know a lot of controller players. I know a lot of controller players.
So Theo, what have you been playing?
I actually haven't been playing a lot. I've been working on some stuff for me that I've been wanting to learn, and been practicing getting ready for the tournament in a few weeks. I loaded up Ghost of Tsushima last week. Got a little play in for that. It is quite the gorgeous game. I was through the tutorial without giving anything away. I was really kind of like jonesing for some like, ooh, where is this piece from like Last of Us that I would love in this game right now? But I can see that with passing tutorials, like, oh, okay, I'm going to get it as soon as I progress in the game. So I'm excited for it, but I've got just a few more priorities above it for the next upcoming weeks. So,
Jerry.
Oh, hello.
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 Oh, welcome. I'm glad you could join us, Jerry.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank
Did
you.
you just like twist
I
your
did.
Yes, he
It
did.
comes
It's
natural
totally
because it comes natural. Sorry, it's something I do now. Yeah, I've actually delved deep into Ghost after I finished Last of Us. I'm still slowly getting Last of Us. I'm gonna platinum that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got so like distracted with Ghost. It's such a beautiful game.
How many games do you have that you need to complete?
Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us, and
He's got
Final Fantasy,
and
And
Sekiro
Sekiro.
And Sekiro.
and Sekiro. Okay, Sekiro. God,
and Hugh.
If you-
I'm not gonna buy Hue. I'm just gonna tell you that I'm not gonna buy it. No, I got to keep my backlog
I'm
short.
going to say this right now because you made that statement. When we play Monopoly, you owe us $100 each.
Oh, what? That's the best. All right, that's messed up. That's a big handicap. That's 300 bones, baby.
So we just starts the game with 1,200 instead of 1,500.
Ew, no. But I will say, Ghost of Tsushima is like the story is amazing. I will say, I was telling Theo this.
Mhm.
The progression in the game is like outstanding. No matter where you go in, your progression really depends on how you fight and how you play. So, depending on the techniques that you spend on the whatever accessories or moves or blocks that you unlock for yourself, you really do have to use them, and in order to kind of like progress and get more attribute points or technique points as it is in the game. But I've never felt like super overpowered because you get bombarded by so many enemies, but it's how you deal with those enemies and really using those techniques that you unlocked. I feel like the progression is like constant.
So you say it's pretty balanced, whereas like a lot of the open world games, it's like you get to a
tough.
certain section and it's like, oh, these enemies are massive. I need to go back and like beef up a little bit, or
Right,
like
or
that.
the reverse where like you beefed up way
Mhm.
ahead of the game, and now like the middle of the game is like, oh, these guys are super easy. Not on this.
Right.
Like it all depends on you and like your exploration, but you could still go further. You just gotta be patient and know what moves you have. Like it's unbelievably balanced. No matter how far into the game you get, I think until you get to the end when you become like the ghost
I'll
and
catch
get
up.
some secret techniques. Yeah, but when you get some of those, like there are secret techniques and like weapons and stuff, but I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with the progression because it's consistently felt balanced the entire time I've played, and I've finished the first island already. I'm on the middle section of the game now.
Yeah, I just started Abby's story.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
I haven't had a
Well,
lot of
okay,
time to
well,
play.
okay.
Yeah, you haven't had a lot of time.
But even though I felt like Ellie, like the amount of playthrough, I definitely feel like Ellie's
You're in
story
for
was
it now.
definitely 2/3 of
Yeah.
the game. So it's just definitely like that.
And,
I
like,
think that makes sense
like
since
now-
last time you said you were hitting the hospital.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
I really want to hear. Like you gotta call me or text me text us when you get to like certain parts, because like now
honestly,
you're in for it.
It's like
Abby,
I am for it, and I do understand like Ellie at the end of her story, like before it switches over to Abby, and like what she started. You can tell she realizes she's gone way too far.
Yeah,
and you feel
but she's
for her.
She's continuing on. You still feel for her, and then you're like at Abby and get ready for that ride, dude.
Dude, it starts off too just like Ellie, and it was like, damn, that's a gut punch. And yeah, so we'll have our as soon as we finish, well, let me put it this way: as soon as I finish Last of Us, we can have an all Last of Us podcast. You know, but ultimately, just a little bit more Tetris effect, a little bit more everybody's golf. That's pretty much all I've been able to play over the last week. So
de-stress. There you go, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason,
So,
please finish part 1 so that way when Matt gives you part 2, you'll play it.
Yes, it will
Okay.
get
it's
done.
coming.
Yeah, bro.
It's coming home with Jerry in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you'll have 2 new games you got to play.
One big thing that I also want to shout out to is to all the listeners out there. If you have Among Us, the game, oh my goodness, that game is so much fun. Like I'm going to recommend it to Matt, Theo,
Among
and
Us.
Jerry.
That sounds familiar.
It's called Among
The
Us.
game?
It's called Among Us. It's a Steam game. I'll talk to you later about it.
Oh, okay.
It sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to plug that one in because I've been playing that nonstop with
Like hardcore.
with 9 other people, and it's hilarious.
Oh, wow. Okay. Among Us. Okay.
Yeah.
is
I
not
just
a
want to put that
game.
little plug.
Yeah, I don't see it available on the PlayStation Store.
Wait.
Yeah,
Is
it's a
it?
PC.
Is
Yeah, he
that
said
that?
Steam.
It's a
Is
Steam
that
game.
the game that like you're surviving in the woods and it almost looks
No.
Tim Burton-y?
No, it's
Okay. No.
I'll
No,
talk to you guys later.
that's Don't Starve.
Yeah.
That's
What you're
right.
thinking
That's
of.
right. Don't
Yeah,
stop.
that's
Don't Starve.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
So
Which I
Among
do like
Us.
that
Okay.
game.
Yeah, that was good.
Don't Starve is
That was a
great
good
as
game.
well. Get that too.
But Among Us, yeah, I'll have to check it out. Okay.
So with that, we don't have any listener voicemails tonight. So I want to thank everybody for crashing game night with us tonight. It's been fun as always. To those people that have been listening to us over the last year and a half, I want to, personally thank you for being on this journey with us, because we are definitely growing this year faster than we did last year, and it's all because of our listeners. Sharing our podcast. Even if you started up for only 5 or 10 minutes and you never go back to us, at least you gave us a listen, and I appreciate that. So thank you to everybody that's been on this journey. So like always, guys, if you do like what you hear, please subscribe to us on the platform of your choice. We're on Anchor, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. Make sure to leave those comments. Follow us on crashinggamenight.com, at CGM Podcast on Twitter. I want to say, everyone, be excellent to each other and stay frosty.
Thank you to all the nerds for listening. Please send us out. We really enjoyed these voicemails. So if you guys just want to say hi, say something, or just give us your opinion on something, we would love to hear it. And once again, I will forever keep plugging this until the fight keeps going on. Please support the Black Lives Matter wherever you are. Try and always show support. Try to be better. We all should try and be better and have an open mind, and keep it alive and keep fighting on, because we need to change. So thank you all for listening, and
Shout out to all you guys. A year and a half, it was just Jerry and Matt starting it off, and now we're growing, just like how you guys are growing with us too.
Yeah,
We
man.
enjoy every
Thank you
moment
all.
of it. We always poke fun at each other, and we want you guys to stay along with us this whole ride. We'll get those games going with you guys too. Gaming.
Yep.
Stay safe out
We'll
there.
get out of this COVID life. We're in this together. We'll get back to normal soon.
Yeah, about to say.
We'll get back to normal eventually.
Just keep the mask on.
Keep
staying safe. Social distance. It's still out there. Just be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe and be kind.
All right, Theo, send us out like only you can.
Thanks for joining us, guys. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Have a great day, everybody.